Alright, welcome to episode 30 of History Rewritten. Last time we had more colonization, we had a few countries expanding. I'm just going to get a couple of colours up now. Don't you worry about what I'm doing. The Japanese have now made quite a presence in the area and in America, of course. And the Swedish have finally arrived in America. It took them a while, but they've actually made a colony. We saw the Istrian country over here in Croatia area make a colony in Africa, and we might see more of that in today's episode. Anyway, we've got Morocco, who's has done small sprinklings of stuff throughout the series. They've not been consistently doing things. They've been like one war. However, they actually go and expand a very little bit around here. Just because I can, I'm going to say they expand into the desert a bit more. Because people can go into the desert more these days, which is cool. That's fun. And now it's probably, by the end of the episode, we'll probably be in about 1700, I want to say. Maybe not. Maybe like 1675. Anyway, we're nearing that time period. Sorry, it's just interesting. Larger Morocco. So that's cool. Anyway, we're going to go to Central Asia-ish. The Silk Road stuff. That nation expanded last time. I found their colour in the time afterwards. We have a few other nations expanding northwards, like this small, slanty looking green country. And they look kind of weird. Slanty. They're going to go north, as well as this other pretty vibrant green country. So they go all the way over there. So that's the two of them. Neither of these guys are very powerful at the moment. They might, I really want to do power rankings. I really should do power rankings of like everyone. But eventually these guys will probably be pretty strong. However, they haven't really reached that time period. To be there, they've been around for like 500 years now, but still not quite there. Let's just go and have a look. There's a few things I want to do. I just don't know which order I want to do these things in. Sorry if I'm a bit quiet today. I feel like I'm quite quiet in some videos. But my throat is really dry. I need to drink a ton of water. Because, ow! I've really just not drunk any water today. It's not a very good idea. Drink water. Yeah. I really need to. I think we might just go to Japan and then head over to America. So the Japanese have pretty much just been on the warpath for the past few episodes, and that's not going to change in today's episode, as they head for the Yellow Country and manage to take their southern area. Kind of just leave it at that. However, the Yellow Country is not going to get by as easily because a pretty large region, maybe not, but an area of their country breaking away. So we could now do borders like this. That would look cool. However, it would look really cool though. I mean that does look cool. Nah. Anyway, so this northern area of the country will declare its independence away from the southern area. And now we have the birth of this pinkish nation. And there you go. So their capital is pretty obviously going to be in the one major city that they have. So, right up here. There you go. New nation for today. The Japanese are very slightly stronger. Just don't neighbour the Japanese. The southern blue country, however, they just managed to completely make the Japanese forget they exist. That was pretty good. And the Japanese just went after them loads when they were created. However, now they've just gone, we don't exist. Don't look at us. No, we're not here. We're not here. Boom. Actually, that reminds me of something that I wanted to do today. What's this? That looks about right. Yeah, that works. Right, I kind of worked out what I wanted to do with these guys. And by that, I mean the French. See, the French country, I did a map of France, of Europe, because I was talking about religions within Europe. Because there is one big pagan religion. I've just noticed there's some blue dots here. Don't look at that. That's not the blue country surviving in Turkey. I've noticed there's... Yeah, alright, what am I talking about? So there's this big old pagan religion that was in Europe. However, it got divided between the traditionalists and like the new idea people. So the traditionalists are the southern people because that's where the religion emerged from. So that's kind of basically this. Actually, no, it's more like, let's draw it accurately, shall we? Of course, there is some overlap on the borders. Like the Swiss country is pretty divided, but then you get to the French country. Yeah, as you can see, big old divide there. Massive divide there. And I meant it to go like that. So, let's go into the French country. The French country's division looks something a bit like this. And that is going to cause a massive new rebellion to appear within the French country. So, what is that? Okay, that's annoying. So, a rebellion will occur within the French country, and this entire southern area of the state will break away and claim its independence, as this is kind of like the traditionalist area of the French country, whilst the northern area is separate. And this is the new, sort of like new ideas thing. So, this new country will put its capital over here. It wasn't a very detailed rebellion, because it was quite, like, well, we're gonna hurt your people unless you give us independence. So they did that. I mean, there wasn't much to it, really. It was more like, yeah, we're gonna break away. Take that. And then it kind of happened. That probably could have been embellished further. However, now independent nation in France, down here. Yeah, so this big French country is significantly weaker now. However, they still managed to hang on to a Mexican colony. But there is a pretty large amount of divide here. And possibly, if fighting was to happen between these two countries, the southern one might be able to usurp control of this. Because, I might return to France later in the video. Anyway, let's just assume the French are all happy and fine. Because the Swedish will be expanding a lot in their Central American territory. Yeah, the what is the word? People in Sweden are pro-colonialism at the moment. They're very pro-colonialism. Like, let's go make loads of colonies. So, they've already got that random island or two over there, but they've also got this new colony in Honduras. So they're going to expand that significantly. And this is going to make a few countries, including France, realize that, wait a minute, southern Mexico is kind of disappearing as a region we can colonize. So a few countries are going to jump in to try and colonize this area. Of course, we'll see the French. They make pretty good movement towards this, and they finally connect up with the Pacific coast. It took them a pretty long time. there is France. But the other country who will arrive in this area is one you might not expect, but they really do like that. Their colonization of America, they've got one of the biggest American colonies out of anyone. I mean, that's how it looks. That's how it looks on the map. And this country is Britain. So Britain is going to make landfall over here in the Yucatan Peninsula, and they rapidly expand this colony. Oh my god. There's that. It's not going to matter because I'm going to eliminate that. But they pretty rapidly kind of claim all of this. They make a few forts along the coast. This is not quite the same as the other colonization, because lots of that's pretty settled. When they make a colony, it's usually like, oh, we're going to put people here, and then we can really say we claim this. However, with this new Yucatan colony, it's more like, this is our bit, don't interfere. So, technically people could probably take some of this land. However, they honour Britain's claim over here in the Yucatan Peninsula. I'm just going to go, okay, fine, you can have that. Oh my god. Why? Why can't I just draw these borders correctly? Anyway, there you go. So the Swedish and the French will not invade, and also probably not a good idea for the French to start invading people. The Swedes will also take territory up to here, so they could connect and trade with British settlements in the Yucatan Peninsula. Yeah, the Swedish have got a pretty nice colony out there, so that's cool. We might even return to those guys later in the video. Anyway, as for Japan, because they attacked other Japanese island, they're going to be expanding north into California and also a bit into Mexico. Of course, Mexico is not north of the Baja California Peninsula, but you know what I mean. They first expanded north, and they went south. So this is a pretty large colony for the Japanese now. It's pretty huge. Oh my. And, you know, it's also kind of threatening the French. They're like, wait a minute. I just can't win. Really. Just can't draw these borders correctly. There we go. Because a lot of people are threatening claimed French territory, they're kind of like, yeah, well, at least we know we get all of Mexico, right, guys? What do you mean you're going in Mexico? So they make a second connection over here, and that means that they kind of get to claim this entire load of desert around there. But the French have a very nice colony in Mexico at the moment. Would you rather live in Mexico controlled by the French, or Mexico controlled by the Japanese? I don't know. But they do have some border disputes with the terracotta country, who is kind of not really expanding very much around here in America, because they've got that self set on a different continent. Can you guess which one? So they do a very little bit of expanding of their Louisiana colony. It's definitely not going to be as big as Louisiana from our timeline. I saw the hole in the border this time before it could go too far. There we go, nice. The Bretons, of course, can't colonize anymore because they've been closed off by the British. And the British, they're doing some more stuff around here. So they expand further south around there, and also up around this Great Lakes area, and kind of around this bit. That's a lot. So the other way around to here. So yeah, as you can see, they are very focused on colonizing this area, but also their navy, like in our timeline, is very powerful. They've had a pretty long time to work on it. You know, there's a lot of rivers and locks and stuff in Britain. They did lots of fighting for an extremely long time. So they've got lots of different boats, and their navy's very strong. So they would know, or they'd be able to get prepared if anyone attacked them. They'd kind of be able to summon all their forces, and go right. Let's just destroy them without our navy. The Irish are also pretty focused on this colony. They are, I want to say, a top 10 nation now. I think they are, because at the moment it is India, the blue country, and then the terracotta country. Although Britain's number 4, number 5, I believe, is Crimea. Actually, no, number 5 would be the green country. Number 6 would be Crimea. And number 7, I think it probably would have been the French country. But now, I would say it is probably the purple Iberian one. Actually, they might be. Maybe stronger than I think. It's really hard to know. I'm not good at this. Oh my god, this is Can I just... I'm really bad at this. There you go. Big old Irish colony. The Norwegians, they're gonna do some discovery today. They have spent a very long time in Greenland stuff. They're finally going to branch over to where the Irish are. Sort of. So, they claim a little bit more of Greenland, because, my attempted daily Greenland update. And they also head slightly north around this peninsula, but what I was talking about over here is the discovery. Actually, no. The people go and settle a tiny bit of Baffin Island. I'm sure they felt really pleased when they discovered Baffin Island existed. It's like, oh my god, it's land, let's go live there. It's Baffin Island. Oh. That's not very cool. Just imagine being the governor of Baffin Island. It's like, great. Well, we literally don't do anything. Eventually we'll be able to extract a load of oil from there, probably. However, oil at the moment, not important. So, Greenland is also pretty useless, which is why the Norwegians aren't stronger, because I think they probably are one of the biggest countries in the entire world. Oh. Just because of their Greenland colonies. Although Greenland is smaller than you think. Thanks for those YouTube videos which say that. Oh, wait a minute. No. Oh, did I? That's annoying. Anyway, so let's just do career and Civilisation and stuff. I'm sorry if this bit of the video is a bit long. However, it's kind of important. Yeah, I feel like a lot of these videos is just pretty focused on colonization. However, that is a very big part of the world at the moment. And I do plan on doing other things. But, it's working towards stuff like world wars. The world wars will eventually come around. But not quite yet. We just need a few more countries to actually get developed and powerful. I'm gonna discover stuff. Where did I make a hole in these guys' borders? Where? Where's the problem here? Right there, that's crazy. Anyway, so there's Korea. What? Oh yeah, I remember. Okay, so Colin has... I don't really need to update all of these every single time. But I do anyway. So Colin's colony is a bit like Greenland's, in that they're not making very much money from it. However, it's cool. It helps these guys make people scared of them. China is in Asia, and China's pretty pro-attacking people. There's a lot of things that they claim around Asia, including Sakhalin. It's kind of like was it called? King Leopold II. If you remember, he claimed Wisconsin and Portugal for the Belgian Empire. Why? Why did you claim Wisconsin? Why did you claim Portugal? Portugal was a stronger colonial power, yet they were still like that. Portugal was rightfully a Belgian colony. And let's head away from America for a second, and head to Africa. Because last time we saw these guys do some stuff, but we're not going to focus on them. No. Because another country will go down around this area and arrive in the Bay of Guinea? Gulf of Guinea? Something like that. And this country will, interestingly enough, be the Breton country. So they finally do some stuff. They settle these islands and make a very small colony there. But that's not it for this area, because another country is appearing down the south in South Africa. They've made it a very long way. And this country is the Terracotta country. So they've made a small colony for themselves. And the other country, can you guess it? They arrive in Madagascar, where the Indians are, and they settle south of Madagascar, as I mentioned. And this is the Swedish country. So right now we have 4 European powers in Africa, which is pretty interesting. They don't have massive colonies, but it's all like trade stuff. So you can go around Africa and trade with the East, Asia and stuff like that. This will kind of threaten India a little bit. I've been like, wait a minute. That's our land. Well, we claim it. Because they thought they were safe to just leisurely, in a leisurely fashion, colonize all of Madagascar. So they rushed to take a pretty huge chunk of the island away. However, this is not just it for these guys, as they take these random French islands, Reunion and other one. I don't know. Sorry French. Oh, sorry, islands over there. That's not it for India, however, as finally, after quite a few episodes now, they managed to colonize all of Borneo. So, yeah, Borneo was a very tricky place to traverse, however, so, you know, they're struggling with that. But now they can discover more places, like Sulawesi. They can start colonizing all of these islands as well. That's a weird looking island over there. But yeah, so this is the island of Sulawesi, or the Celebes or whatever you call it. And make a colony around here. There's some really weird islands in Indonesia. This is my observation of the day. Ow. I know they probably know Papua New Guinea exists by now, which is an interesting idea. Yeah, let's head back to America, just because we need to do some stuff over here. So, the dark teal country, because that's what the color thing said they were, dark teal. We'll be expanding further south into Chile and Bolivia. That sort of area. Is it Chile or Chile? That's the question. But they are, although this is a pretty huge colony, they are by far not the biggest colonizers in South America, as Mr. Purple Iberian country who's been here for ages. They've been around for so long. Although these guys are basically the same as the old Catalonian country, except I don't like them as much. So that begs a good question that I haven't really thought about. Are these guys still in the African Alliance? I'm gonna say they are. I'm gonna think about that maybe. Because the old Catalonian could... No, wait a minute. Do I be speaking to facts? I might need to just check something. Anyway, so there's that purple one. I really like that color of purple. If I've not mentioned that in literally every single video ever, let's mention it now. And also Grenada, who's a really huge colonial power off of the Caribbean. That's basically where they're based. I mean, that's a nice bit. If I discovered the Caribbean, I'd probably be like, guys, I think we should settle this area. It looks great for living in. Oh, they did take Cuba, Trinidad and Tobago, that northern bit of South America, you know, Colombia, Venezuela area. Whilst the purple country, they're very focused on making a huge Brazilian state, a massive Brazilian country, which may become incredibly powerful in the future, but who knows. At the moment it's making them very powerful. This is just like money, loads of money. But also, if you're some random peasant living in the purple country, you can just go to Brazil, and there's loads and loads of jobs for you in Brazil, because you're producing loads and loads of things that everyone wants. So, if you're skint, go to Brazil. They're even hiring people from other countries as well, so you've got other Europeans who are heading out to this country. These colonies are great places to make loads of money. And also, if you own like a plantation in this area, it's a great place to get people to work and make you loads of money. So basically, colonies make money. And also there's no natives here, so it's not as oppressive as our colonies from our day. Though imagine, like, first of all, you travelled across the Atlantic Ocean and actually found land. And imagine meeting people who've been living in this place the entire time. It must have been such an incredible time to live. I'm not sure I'd want to live at that time. But just, like, wow. You're discovering so many things. Also, Grenada's made its way to Central America at this moment. They're not going to colonize it, really. They've just got themselves around there. The Swedish claim most of that panhandle thing, I don't know. Sorry, yeah. But we do have a couple more countries to colonize South America. By couple, I mean couple, because Istria is going to head out from that tiny random African colony. And first of all, let's expand that. I think I said I wouldn't, or I said that mentally. However, I don't care. They're taking these tiny islands. Wow. Before they go off to find some more tiny islands down by Argentina. So, they finally arrive in the Falkland Islands. And that's where they make their colony. Great. They just went from the really nice warmth, I suppose, probably, of Senegal. It's north of the equator. It's by the Sahara. It's probably pretty warm. And now they've ended up in the Falklands, where it's basically just like Wales. And then it's really rainy. The Blue Country, their colony isn't as massive as other people's in America. However, it's still making them a decent amount of money. And there's a lot of people in the Blue Country, and even a lot of people in other North African countries, very aligned with this one, who are also making their way to this colony. It's the same sort of thing. It's a purple country to make money. But also the government here, they don't want to make this colony too massive, as they do have to worry about a lot of other countries who don't really like them, and just keep control of the state. But another place that is really massive, it's the Brown Country, and they're going to sow further disarray throughout the world as they take another massive chunk of land from various countries, from Siberian bit. So they meet up with the board of the Green Team, which may not be a wise idea, however they do it anyway, and just advance their massive borders even further. This nation is huge, just absolutely huge. And it is kind of making a few people question, like, are we even that good? this random place with the random leaders just become incredibly powerful. You're not really that good. And people in the green team are really questioning their country because they thought they had an absolute victory over the brown country. So the government will try and fix this problem by expanding slightly, but you know, this is what the government manages to do in more time than the brown team does it, with a load more people, and they don't even make that much money from this area. Well, of course they don't, it's not very big. And people are kind of like, wait a minute, I thought we were winning. So yeah, we might have a check back with the green team in a future date, next episode, because it might be all going wrong again for the green country. Who knows? Have to find out. But I wanted to do something to one of these nations. Hold up. One. Was it? Who are you? That's right. It is right. Cool. Right, so this dark green country will pursue a similar path to the green country by expanding themselves northwards. Also, I think they did this bit in the last episode because their borders look cool. However, they're going to continue it because they're a relatively rich Central Asian nation. None of these guys are that rich, however, they're pretty rich. But the population is also kind of not in favor of this. You know, they're like, oh, we just expanded in the last episode, and we're doing it once again. We're not that strong. And you're just not really caring about your country, you're just caring about looking good in front of other countries. So, yeah, people in the country are kind of unhappy, and this leads to a pretty massive, rebellion taking place within the state. Where? Damn it. There we go. So this bit will appear in the northern regions, and it may have some links with other countries. Green team. The green team. I don't know what that was. Green team. Don't know what that was really. Yeah, no clue. However, this large area of the country will claim its independence. However, they're not really going to respect this. But over the course of the rebellion, we'll expand into more of these pretty uninhabited areas and push towards the capital. However, it's not really going their way. They begin to disrupt trade, and people get pretty annoyed. This leads this southern greenish country to declare war on the dark greenish country just because they're trying to prey on the fact. Yeah, it's all kind of falling apart for these guys. And also this bluish country will be declaring, this bluish country will be declaring war on it also to just grab up some extra territory. Until finally the lime-liking country will grab up this territory. Now, gotta put it out there, might not have been a good idea to take other territory from this guy, because the people here are not content. These are not happy people. Not at all. This looks about okay. Oh no. I've just realized something. I didn't save the color that I made the French country. The new French country, I mean. Oh no. Anyway, so this new rebellion will appear within the country, and we need to fix the other borders for these other countries, whose claims will be respected, and they'll be allowed to keep this other territory. The government kind of hopes that handing this over will make people realize, we're good leaders. We do stuff for our people. And also, these countries are worse than our one. They're going to be more centralized after they've lost some territory, and it might do them some good and help them to become significantly stronger. But we shall see. Maybe not. It probably will. They've kept most of their major economic areas, like areas of this small green country annexing at the moment. There's pretty much nothing there. And down in the south, there's a huge separatist movement that this sort of limeish looking country has just annexed. Has a really big thing over there. And the people are kind of a different nationality. In a way, they've separated themselves from the central parts of this country. So maybe it wasn't a great idea to annex their entire state, but who cares? Is that right? It is. I'm just too good. Also, why did this happen? Why? I went back a few times and it's just completely forgotten I went back. So I'm going to have to redo these borders again, which is really annoying. And now I've destroyed a lake. But yeah, so it might look bad for these guys in the future. However, the Lime team really wouldn't mind just annexing a lot of their stuff. The Lime team has no friends. Well, they do have friends. They have lots of friends. But their friends aren't really their friends. You get what I mean. But yeah, so they've gone on a land diet, and it should hopefully help them a bit with dealing with their problems. But this gold sort of country, this goldish, they might cause some other countries a bit of problems. And this one over here. But we shall see. Anyway, going back to the French country. Hello. We've got a slight problem here, Mr. Frenchland. Because, is this right? It do be right. I should add that on there. It's not just this area that's breaking away. It is a new territory as well. It also wants its independence from the French country. And therefore we see another bit of land claim its independence from France. We just find a good colour. And that's not going to cut it. That's to do. So this sort of northern region of the country is a bit like what might happen for the green country, as declares its independence, connects up with the greenish country, and then also causes rebellions within other countries. So not a great guy. As rebels from this area begin to move in towards their western neighbour, their neighbour being the Breton country. So he will make their advancement into the Breton areas, and these guys really can't defend. They've spent a lot of money maintaining and creating their new colony in Africa, and they're kind of poor at the moment. The population's not massive, and loads of people are out in America. So they can't affordably defend from this rebellion. So over the next few years, more territories are ceded to this large rebellion. And in the end, Brittany ends up a lot smaller and weaker, as this new country will appear on the globe. But that's not all. We'll have to find out in the next episode, because they shall cause more harm throughout this area until maybe they get stopped. Who knows? Anyway, that is the video for today. The French currently still own their colonies, but it might change in the future. Have to see. Yeah. I don't know. We'll have a look. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you liked the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a nice rest of your day. Goodbye.